If you wish to advertise your business, organization, or event on WCPR, send us an email at ads@wcpr.org.
CPR.
Lou?
Hello.
Hey. You're listening to
Off Air on WCPR.
Steven's own radio network.
Yeah, by Off Center. So, I know you guys have probably missed us since last time.
Been a whole week.
And
Episode 2.
yeah, and sadly you haven't been able to listen over and over to it again and again. But don't worry, you'll be able to do that this time.
Yeah. Yeah. And here we are. And we're actually recording this time.
Yeah, that's what I was alluding to.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying now.
To make sure you guys know that you'll be able to listen to this every time you want.
Yeah, for those who don't know, there's an off-air curse where the first episode is never ever recorded, and we tried so hard to avoid it because
we really thought that we thought the curse
season
isn't
3
real.
was the one.
We'll be able to work around it. I'm an oracle. I can handle this, but it didn't work out. It's just
we had the USB
strong.
drive in the recording thing. I hit record,
and there was just this weird flash of lightning, and it looked like it was recording, but turned out that it wasn't.
WCPR's equipment runs on lightning strikes, so we thought everything was working fine.
Yeah, but it turns out that when it's green lightning, that's a bad sign.
Yeah. Usually CPR runs on blue lightning, but green lightning is apparently no good at all.
All right, so I think we should just start and jump right into things.
Yeah, that's right. We're contractually obligated, so let's get into it. For everyone who hasn't heard, we are sponsored by Soap Inc.
Of course, as so many radio shows are.
Very many, but especially this one. And today, we're going to talk about Soap Inc.'s wonderful mouthwash.
Yeah, so this one's actually, of course, the soap shakes are my favorite product, but this one's it's still pretty high on the list.
Mouthwash, for me, definitely. You got your classic mint. You can't go wrong there.
Oh, yeah. Mint, I think it's, it's a little boring, but there's definitely a reason
it's a classic.
It's the number one seller.
Yeah, everybody loves mint in their mouth. That's just a fact. But, there's plenty of other flavors. You got orange.
Yep, raspberry.
Lemon.
Lime.
Cherry.
Pheasant.
Soap.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, you gotta have soap-flavored mouthwash. That's the best of both worlds right there.
Exactly. Not to mention the fact that, if you have a kid cussing, you give him some soap mouthwash, it'll clean that right up.
And also give him his daily soap shake intake needs.
Oh, yeah. 2 birds, 1 stone. Don't even have to drink a soap shake that day.
Unless he has the thing we're talking about where you got to have multiple soap shakes in a day,
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, it'll fill the equivalent of one soap shake.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll break the illusion. So, I don't know. My headphones just aren't plugged in, and it's bothering me. I don't know where to plug it in.
Yeah, I'd help him, but I'm not.
He's all the way over there.
Wizard.
I'm all the way over here. I guess I'm just gonna have to go without hearing myself.
That's what mine look like.
Yeah, I'm trying to look for the thing.
Okay, yeah. So there's a little sticky outy bit that mine are plugged into, but I don't think Jacob has a sticky outy bit on his microphone.
Yeah, I just won't wear headphones. They can't stop me. That was probably loud. I wouldn't know because I can't hear it through my headphones.
It wasn't that loud.
Oh,
it was okay.
Perfect. Whatever. I don't like hearing my own voice anyway.
I do, but my voice, not yours.
Well, I'm sorry you have to hear mine. If you want to talk some more, be my guest. Because I could just hear it with my ears and not
I'm
headphones.
sorry. I'm your co-host. I'm not your guest today. Unfortunately, we don't have one.
Yeah, unless we do later.
Yeah, there's a slight chance, but probably
we're
not.
teasing, but we'll see. We're not gonna reveal anything.
Fingers crossed.
Soap crossed. A cross made of soap.
Yeah, I think those are definitely the best kind of crosses out there. The most practical.
Yeah, wash yourself.
And it's so easy to nail them onto things because like you can get the nail right through the soap really easily.
Another great thing about soap, you can put nails through it. Fingernails, Iron Nails, Iron Man.
Oh yeah, it's just the possibilities are endless. But I think it would behoove us to emphasize today's desired product of mouthwash.
Mouthwash, yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys have ever suffered from anything wrong, like your mouth smelling funny or
gingivitis,
yeah, or any actual diseases, pains in your mouth,
disease,
yeah, any disease. Your mouth just doesn't look pretty enough.
It won't open.
Your teeth are shaped funny.
Your mouth is shaped funny.
You have too many teeth.
Too many mouths.
Not enough teeth.
You can't have not enough mouths. You have to have one mouth.
Well, we shouldn't make fun of the disabled, Jacob.
I'm not making fun of the disabled.
It will. If you don't have a mouth, it will help that out.
How are they going to get the soap? How are they going to get the mouthwash?
Oh,
Tell me.
You just use the acid flavor soap. It'll open that right up. It'll clear it up.
Or you inject the mouthwash.
Exactly.
But
you do need to have a mouth cavity somewhere behind there.
Mm-hmm. But I can't stand needles, but that is an option for getting your daily mouthwash needs.
Oh,
Injection.
It most certainly is.
Intravenous.
Yeah. It's actually one of the most convenient methods if you're on the go. You just don't have time to open your mouth. Yeah.
You don't have to swoosh it around.
You just go right to the cheek and... Yep.
Yeah, and it's like better for the environment too.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you
spit it out into any reservoir.
Yeah, as long as you make sure that you clean out the needle and use it again, because otherwise you're just being wasteful. You know?
Yeah, right. Just don't share it.
Yeah, no, never share needles, or use them for multiple things, because you definitely want to make sure that you just use Soap Inc. approved products inside of your Soap Inc. approved needles.
You want to keep your mouthwash needle and your soap carving needle very far away from each other. Yeah, don't want to get those mixed up.
If you use any other needles for anything else, like donating blood, injecting heroin, or anything like that, make sure you use different needles. Very important.
If there's anything you take away from this episode, different needles.
Yeah, different needles, definitely, yeah.
But mouthwash. Back to mouthwash.
Oh, yeah. Well, I feel like we've been talking about mouthwash for this whole time.
We could talk about mouthwash for days. Don't even get us started on mouthwash.
Yeah.
But we got ourselves started on mouthwash, so we're going. We're doing it for 1 hour. About.
Yeah.
I would say no more, no less, but we're not perfect.
Yeah. So... there might be some of you out there who don't know this, but there's actually some higher end, more potent mouthwashes that Soap Inc. has out there, and some of the best of those can actually replace the need for brushing your teeth. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, like talk about efficiency, right?
Yeah.
No more toothbrushes, no more toothpaste, no more flossing, just mouthwash. It's so simple.
Yeah,
it's so easy. The good people at Soap Inc. know how to treat their customers.
Oh, definitely. Now, the reason you may not have heard about this, it's just a pricier product, so not a lot of people...
high end.
Yeah, not a lot of people use it just because of that. But if you're able to, then Soap Inc.'s extra strength one-use mouthwash... one-purpose mouthwash.
One purpose.
Yeah, because,
I would say it's multi-purpose.
Yeah, well, it's fulfilling everything you need.
Once teeth brushing session use mouthwash.
Yeah.
That's what it says on the label. I know it's kind of a mouthful. Hey.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So we use what? Are you okay over there, Jacob? You need some resuscitation.
I could use some mouthwash right now, actually.
Oh, sorry, I didn't bring any with me. But anyway, so yeah, you use one of those. It's about $20 for a bottle. But you get a fair amount of use out of one bottle.
Very fair.
Yep. And you just swish that all around. You spit it out in 20 seconds or less. Very important.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Another thing we're gonna stress today: no more than 20 seconds of mouthwash.
Oh yeah, if you're using the extra strength, very hazardous to health if you
Beyond
don't do that.
lethal.
Yeah.
Like, die twice lethal.
It like closed casket.
Like, die hard, live to die another day. You will die another day.
Yeah, so just don't do that. But you follow the instructions, and it's just really convenient.
Very convenient. Risky, but worth the risk, in my
most
opinion.
certainly. And you can even get the little single serving bottles. You could pour some off into your bottle of your own, as long as it's something that's able to contain the liquid for enough hours that because before it melts through the bottle.
Glass bottle will work.
Yeah, but like most plastics don't try that.
Don't
so what
use
you can
paper
do,
bottles.
yeah, those will go in seconds. But yeah, so you bring that. You can bring it into work and use it at lunch or something, like after you're done.
Bring it to school.
Yeah, and then
for show and tell.
And that way you can just have a mouth that's clean all the time. You just use a little bit every time you eat something. Get a little mouthwash in there. Clean your entire mouth.
Your entire body even?
Yeah, well, if you use larger quantities, most certainly.
I take a bath in that mouthwash, and it.
Well, I hope you're not using extra strength.
No. I'm
okay. Regular strength.
Regular strength at most. Sometimes even go for like the weaker stuff if I just want to like a little soak, but no more than regular.
Yeah. But if you use the bath strength, then you can go in there for up to 2 hours. It's some pretty great stuff.
2 hours.
Very soothing.
And you put in bath soap.
Oh, and
heaven.
Soap Ink bubble soap if you want to have a little fun.
I know I have a little fun when I use a bubble soap.
Oh, I love me some bubbles.
Mouthwash bubbles. One of the best things I've ever experienced.
Oh yeah, being able to blow the bubbles is great.
And then like you can get them in your mouth, and then it's just like a little clean, and because it's not much volume, like liquid volume, but it's something.
Oh yeah,
you can feel it.
It's a lot of fun all around.
And like it gets the dirt off of you. It gets rid of your acne. Gets rid of anxiety.
Gets rid of dead skin.
Gets rid of dead corpses.
Oh yeah, very convenient, that one. Just flush them down the drain. Whoop, all gone.
No problem at all.
Oh yeah. But one of my favorite mouthwashes is actually Dr. Soap's drinkable mouthwash, I have to say.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, the stuff you don't have to spit out at all. You can just swallow it. It's delicious. It's at least 80% water, so it will help hydrate you.
Yes. But you get the added benefits. You clean the teeth in your mouth. You clean the teeth in your stomach. The teeth in your intestines.
In your esophagus. Everywhere. It's great.
Yeah. It's a full body teeth cleansing experience.
Oh, definitely.
And there's no limit in how much you can drink. It's perfect.
100% safe. And it doesn't just clean your teeth. It cleans, your tongues, the rest of your roof of your mouth, and it's just some wonderful stuff. Yeah,
wonderful stuff. Drinkable mouthwash, and they even have alcoholic drinkable mouthwash.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not talking about
that one. Wait, is that new?
That is very new. It's hitting the bars all across town. I'm not talking about like mouthwash with alcohol. I'm talking about like a mixed drink mouthwash. Like you can get rum mouthwash, whiskey mouthwash, vodka mouthwash. You just order it in any bar. It's really that easy. You don't even have to drink it, because like we said before, you can just inject it.
Yeah. Or if you really want to, for some reason, you could spit it out too.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know why you would.
Yeah, but it's
not
definitely
like
an
extra
option.
strength. You don't have to spit it out.
Yeah, but if you want to, you can.
Yeah. It seems like a waste to me, though.
Well, I mean, like maybe you're on a tight budget. You could drink a little, spit it out, and then drink it again, I guess.
Yeah, that's one of the things about alcoholic mouthwash. You can just drink it again and again if you spit it out.
Yeah, I mean, like you're not actually getting drunk if you're trying to do that, but whatever.
Yeah, we're not
You
here
know,
to
maybe-
judge. We're
yeah.
here to plug.
Exactly, and I don't know, maybe you're not able to drink because you're on medication or for health reasons or something else like that.
Personal beliefs.
But you could still get to taste it.
Yeah, that's like the most important part.
Yeah, because everybody knows that. Well, I don't know about everybody. It is definitely a new product. But Jacob did actually tell me this before the show. I might have misled you guys a little bit, but it's definitely the tastiest alcohol out there.
Mm-hmm. Like, no other brands are gonna compare to this stuff. I'm telling you.
Although certainly there are a lot of brands that have now created partnerships, or just there's plenty of places where they'll mix another brand in with the base mouthwash, and it tastes better every time.
Yeah.
Every time, without fail. It's amazing.
But try to avoid the knockoffs. You do not want to go with the knockoffs.
Oh yeah, well I mean as long as it's Soap Inc. brand mouthwash base, there's a number of different alcohols that you can add that are not necessarily created by Soap Inc. that'll be just fine. But Jacob's definitely right. If there's anything that's using a different base mouthwash,
Or if they're mixing in the extra strength stuff, I'm hoping you don't notice, charge you a little more. Like we said before, beyond lethal. Avoid that like the plague, which is
it's
something
definitely
extra
overkill.
strength mouthwash can give you if you ingest it.
yeah, it's definitely overkill in that it will kill you several times over.
Very dangerous. Like we said, we're pushing the safety stuff. Don't drink extra strength Soap Inc. mouthwash.
Yeah, I actually heard. So there was a bear in a zoo once.
Yeah.
And some kid, he was playing around. He was had some extra strength mouthwash. He was
As you do when you go to the zoo.
Well, I mean, yeah, he had just eaten some cotton candy or whatever he had gotten at the zoo. I think that's what it was. And so he's drinking some mouthwash, and he leaned over to spit it out, dropped the container, rolled into the zoo. A bear actually drank some of the stuff. And the bear, he was dead in
minutes.
Yeah, it was
I heard about
3 or
this
4
story.
minutes.
Yeah. It was really sad. Like, the zookeepers had a big procession for the bear because they knew how harmful and what a painful death the bear experienced.
Yeah, and one of them had seen what had gone down, and he tried everything he could, but the bear didn't spit it out, and that's about it. There's really nothing you can do except spit it out quickly enough.
Yeah.
Once it's been in there too long, you're gone.
It's over. I'm telling you. I also heard a news story. There was this teen, and they wanted to commit suicide, and they just drank some extra strength. And their parents, they saw them drinking it, and there was nothing they could do because they wouldn't spit it out.
Yeah,
That was like a super sad news story. I don't know why I brought that up. That I just like that's something I connect to personally, you know.
Yeah, and I think it would be reasonable to say that, or it could seem reasonable to say that maybe we should take this stuff off the shelves because it's dangerous. But just one thing to keep in mind, that there are lots of ways that people could commit suicide. And yes, they could do it with extra strength mouthwash, which is on the shelves at nearly any corner store. And
Every store.
But yes, well, every store. It is so incredibly painful that basically any other method of committing suicide would be preferable, so there's no real need to take it off the shelves when somebody could commit suicide in really any with some other method at basically any given time if they were willing to go through something painful. But this is going to be more painful than anything else you could do. So if you're thinking about it, if you're really going to commit suicide, do it a different way.
Any other way.
Yeah.
But like we said, it's so efficient, so useful. I don't think we can justify taking it off the shelves because it
definitely
saves so
not.
much time, so much money, so many lives even.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the initial price of a bottle, it's $20. It looks pretty expensive, but you get so many uses out of it. It's so fast, so effective.
So fun.
Exactly. And you're replacing multiple products with it when you get rid of the toothbrush, the toothpaste, the floss, and everything else, you know? And you'd probably be using some kind of mouthwash anyway, right?
Yeah. You have to. You have to use a mouthwash.
Well, I mean, some people are lawbreakers, Jacob. Gotta keep that in mind.
Jeez. It's bonkers to think that there are people just going out their day, breaking the rules, not using mouthwash.
I know,
It's such a simple law to follow. I don't get it, people.
I know, Jacob. It is completely bonkers, even if you can't afford the basic levels, or, you know, the superior mouthwash. Soap Inc. will provide you with a basic mouthwash, you know, for anybody who doesn't have a regular source of income.
Yeah, they have whole programs dedicated to giving it out.
I know, but
There's seminars, there's speeches, there's classes on how to use Soap Inc. mouthwash.
It's just completely crazy. But for whatever reason, there's some people out there, they just, I don't do they want to be dirty? I just don't really understand what they're doing, but there are some crazy criminals out there.
Do you remember the time when a Soap Inc. representative came in to your school to talk about the mouthwash?
Oh, definitely.
That
like
was
it was
such
yesterday.
a fun assembly. Like, I was only like 6 or 7, maybe 8 at the time, but it had a huge impact on me. I remember it. The guy, he was tall, sparkling white teeth. He had long dark hair, and he's like, listen, this is a really easy way to take care of your health and to avoid breaking the law. Because, as we all know, the law starts when you're 10 years old. That's when you have to start using mouthwash.
Yeah, although it's highly recommended that you start at least 4 years old.
Yeah. As soon as you can, like, swish stuff in your mouth and spit it out.
Yeah. Although it's just not legally required yet, because, of course, you know, some kids are weird. And,
Yeah,
you know,
some can't handle it. They forget.
Yeah, and there are some allergic reactions that can happen at that time that usually disappear by the time they're 10. But,
yeah, it's all about, like, the young body chemistry. As soon as they get to, like, that pre-adolescent stage, then the body can break down the stuff in the mouthwash more efficiently and cause no harm.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But yeah, that was an amazing assembly, and I think that was actually the first time that I ever tried extra strength. And
they had it?
Oh yeah, they gave us just tiny free samples.
That is so cool. I wish I got some of that.
And from that day on, I went back to my parents. I told them this stuff's amazing. We gotta get it, and I've used it every day since. Well, maybe not every day. There have, you know, things happen in life. There were a couple days where I had to make do with regular, just due to unforeseen circumstances. But basically every day of my life, and it's definitely made an impact.
And it's so considerate that all the hotels, all the motels, any lodging service has to give out a complimentary bottle of mouthwash so you don't break the law. Because sometimes when you travel, especially on airplanes, because they don't let you take the liquids, you can't bring the mouthwash with you.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad that they passed that law 4 years ago, because that was actually one of the main reasons of the because the several days in my life that I haven't been able to find any extra strength was mainly because of times that I was traveling and I was staying at a hotel or something that was maybe like out in the boonies, where it wasn't available because they thought, we need to get that stuff. But now I'm glad that they've been educated or at least required to purchase it.
You can't make everyone understand why, but you have to provide it. Like, that should basically be a human right at this point.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you on that one, Jacob. I can't tell you how many hours or days or maybe even weeks of my life that I've saved by using extra strength.
There have been a few days where I almost forgot to use mouthwash.
Ooh, how did that happen?
You know, you have busy mornings, you sleep in, you have to rush out of the house, and then all of a sudden you realize, I forgot to use mouthwash. Now, some people might think, whatever, it's not that important. No, I run back. Not walk back, not call in and say, like, hey, I'm going to be late. I run back. I don't do anything else. I make sure that mouthwash gets in my mouth. And then if I show up late, if I miss my appointment, so be it. That's far more important.
Yeah, I've actually never run into that problem, and I think that's just because I generally just always keep them on my person, so that if I realize, I've forgotten to use it this morning, I can just pull out that little back pocket bottle, and I can just get some right then and there. And I highly recommend that to you, Jacob. I think you should definitely try that.
I think I'm gonna start doing that. But like, sometimes it gets hard to remember to even put it in my pocket.
Oh yeah, I actually have a specific pocket dedicated to it that if I don't have it included on the pants I buy, I'll have a tailor add the pocket on.
Yeah, but of course, Soap Inc. are making pants that have designated mouthwash pockets built in, along with soap pockets and any other kind of cleaning supply you might need. But
oh yeah, I think we can all agree that pockets are great and one of the best ways to carry around your Soap Inc. brand products.
Absolutely. But let's get back to mouthwash.
Sure. Is there anything in particular you wanted to mention, Jacob?
I'm thinking we go back to the flavors, because I think we strayed a little from that.
Sure. So what's your favorite flavor?
Favorite flavor. This is just as hard as the soap one. You know,
I could go first if you'd like.
I'd really like that.
All right, I think that mine. I know I said with the soap it's peppermint. Unfortunately, peppermint isn't one of the available flavors for mouthwash.
Yes.
I don't entirely understand that decision. Why they decided to come out with blue raspberry first, but I definitely have to go with tangerine.
That's a classic. That's been around since I was a kid.
Oh yeah, it was one of the first 16 flavors.
The classic 16.
Oh yeah, and I think that it's definitely my favorite. I've tried, I think I've tried at least 47 of the current flavors.
Mm-hmm. There's just like so many to pick from.
Yeah,
and there's only so much time to use mouthwash. You know, I would be using it all the time, but again, you can't use it all the time.
Yeah, you just really you can't use it more than four times a day. That's
maybe
exactly
five.
What I've, yeah,
Five's pushing it, but
yeah, well, like once a week you could maybe get away with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it is true that you can only try it so frequently. But if one thing you can try is you can go 1 week where you do a different flavor each time you use it for the full 4 times a day.
You buy up the 47 flavors, and then you just have them in a constant rotation. Yeah, it's going to be a big bill up front, but you're going to get all that variety coming back to you.
Yeah, well, if you're going to do that, I recommend you buy the full 60 flavors. I've just only tried 47 of them.
Of course.
Because I actually, I did get one of those packs.
Variety pack.
But yeah, but then my current roommate at the time stole a couple of them from me, so that's why I was only able to get through 47.
Are always trying to take the lemon mouthwash. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I've had that same problem too, except well, it was more than just the lemon he took. Let me tell you, but yeah, he was not the greatest guy, but it's all right. I still got to try most of the flavors.
That's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm more of like a main banana flavor mouthwash user.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so that's actually one of the flavors I never got to try. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, it actually has like small little banana chunks floating around in it.
Oh, that's so cool.
Like most of the fruit flavors, like
Yeah, I know.
There's a
but...
few that have like no pulp, and that's like a personal choice. But
Yeah, well, I mean, most of
definitely
them
go
have
with
an
the pulpy
alternate
banana.
variety
Yeah.
without pulp. Yeah, so I actually prefer no pulp with the tangerine, just because that's usually something I have when I'm on the go, and it's just a little faster.
Yeah, it's like a little lighter, a little more
Yeah,
efficient.
well, you don't have to chew it those 1 or 2 times. But so that's the reason I do that. But I understand that so that's what I usually have when I'm on the go, and occasionally I'll try other flavors when I'm at home. But the ones when I am at home, I definitely always go with pulp.
Yeah.
When I have the time.
You know what draws me to the banana one? The bottle. The aesthetic of the bottle. It's so cute.
I have seen that.
It
And
has little banana peels coming out of it, and I think that's very clever, very cute. Not all flavors get that kind of treatment, so like banana is definitely special.
Oh yeah, I have to agree with you. Like I've seen that new blue raspberry bottle.
Yeah,
and
it's
just
like all
so boring.
Yeah, it's just blue. There's nothing really added to it.
Yeah, I mean they do have the bottle sort of like shaped.
Yeah, it's like
sort
a little
of like
lumpy,
a raspberry,
but
it's
like,
it's
it's
got
not
like
the
bumps
same.
on it, but it's mostly bottle shaped, and I don't understand what they're going for there, but it just looks weird. I don't know if you've seen that, listeners, but I wouldn't recommend looking it up. I mean,
Yeah, right. It's not worth your time. But what is worth your time, what I think is a marvel, is the pineapple one, shaped like an actual pineapple. In order to take off the lid,
you have to cut
screw
it.
off like the green leaf part, and then it's just the spiky
but
yellow part.
There is the little plastic wrap around it, so you do actually have to cut it open first, and it's just like cutting open the top of the pineapple. It's really cool.
Very clever, very innovative design. That's why soaping's on top with mouthwash.
Oh yeah. Well, in addition to all the obvious many benefits to the actual product itself,
Yeah, but
definitely some of the best aesthetics out there.
Oh, 100%.
All right, so I think that's pretty good coverage of the flavors, unless there's any specific flavors you wanted to mention other than that, Jacob. No,
I don't
it
think
looks
so.
like you're shaking your head.
Yeah,
I don't think they
viewers
can
can't
hear
see
that.
it. I will find a way to make sure you can hear my head shake one day.
That's a little ominous, actually.
And a what?
Ominous.
Ominous.
Spooky.
Yeah, well, it is October, so that makes sense. The month
that's
of
right.
spook.
Yep. And so, what are you going to do for Halloween? Because I was thinking about dressing up as Dr. Soap.
I was actually going to dress up as the pumpkin mouthwash bottle.
Oh, that one's pretty cool. And so, are you doing the standard all year round pumpkin bottle, or are you doing the Halloween specific jack-o'-lantern bottle?
No, I'm doing the jack-o'-lantern one.
Oh, I knew, but the listeners didn't, so I had to ask.
I felt like it was obvious. So I got like a big felt sheet of orange, and I'm gonna make that into a ball.
Are you gonna like stick pillows in it or something to pat it to get the shape?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Soaping pillows, of course. That'll be another time. But wrap it around myself, and then I'm gonna trick it out. I'm gonna put LED lights where the jack-o'-lantern face would be. So, and then have it like go in my palm and have a switch there, and it'll light up whenever I close my hand.
So are you gonna have like an actual like little opening and like sort of like where the mouth would be? Like, is it gonna have an actual indent?
A little indent, but like.
Because one thing you could try is you could put some little pieces of candy in there, and it would look pretty cool.
That is so clever. Unless I just make a separate device to dispense the candy.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like have a little conveyor belt going down my arm that'll give out candy whenever I press a separate switch on my hand.
I don't know. It's starting to sound a little complicated. Have you started this yet?
I have. I've been going since November of last year.
Oh wow, you really go
take
hardcore, man.
Halloween very seriously. My costumes always win best costume. Not to brag.
Yeah, that's true, but I didn't realize how much work you were putting into these.
These Halloween costumes are so important to me. October, favorite month. Halloween, favorite holiday. So you gotta go all out. You gotta be passionate about something. Almost as passionate as I am about Soap Inc.'s products.
Yeah, so I know that I told you guys that I was going as Dr. Soap, and I know that you were saying like, oh, everybody always goes as Dr. Soap.
But it's
that
a
was
classic.
yeah, but that was actually just a little joke that I was doing on you listeners.
You lied to me again.
Jacob, I told you about this before the show. You don't have to make it into a whole big deal, but I'm actually going as the retired mascot from 1990, Soap Inc.'s Soap Monkey. That it was
Soap Monkey.
I know.
That was in their experimental phase.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But yeah, so I'm gonna be going as a Soap Monkey, and so what I'm doing is I'm starting with a store-bought costume because I'm doing it now, but I'm heavily modifying it, and so I'm gonna make it way more realistic, and it's gonna be pretty cool.
You know what you can do? You can carry around some banana-flavored mouthwash.
Now, that's just a great idea, Jacob. And they actually didn't have the banana flavor back then, but if they did, he definitely would have been doing that.
You could say he'd go bananas over it.
Yes, I could say that, Jacob.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we ever introduced ourselves.
Oh, yeah, well...
I guess it's a good
I mean, you probably
time
figured
as
it
any.
out if you've been listening the whole time.
My name's Jacob.
And I'm Alex.
I'm the co-host of Off Air,
Yeah.
Off Center's radio show
On WCPR,
Stephen's own radio show network.
And that's what you're listening to now, listeners.
Yeah, we're gonna get that down one day.
Yeah, well, one day, every day, starting not now.
Yeah, maybe the last episode. But anything else about the monkey costume?
Yeah. So I'm going to. So obviously, I said I'm starting with the store-bought costume. So some of the modifications that I'm going to be making, I'm going to buy another wig and try to modify that wig so that it looks more like his hair from the third commercial that he was in.
Yeah, that was some wacky hair, all
with
spiked up.
Oh yeah, and the different colors is pretty cool.
It was pretty gnarly.
Yeah, so I'm going to be doing one of those, and I'm going to be chattering his gloves to make it a little spookier, like Halloween, because it's Halloween. You gotta do something.
Be spooky.
Yep. And I'm also open to suggestions because I'm not entirely sure what I could do to make it more realistic.
All right, so the first thing that popped in my head, you robotize the tail, make it opposable with a little joystick you have.
Ah.
And then it can like fling around, and
that'd be really cool. Maybe I could get like my little candy bucket, have the tail carry it around. But so one question, Jacob, how long do you think it would take to do that?
How long?
Yeah, I don't have a lot of time here.
If you started in November, like me, maybe you'd be able to get it done. But
I don't think that's quite an option. So maybe for next year.
Maybe for next year. But who goes as the same character twice? That's so boring.
Well, I'd be giving the costume to somebody else in that situation. Like maybe that Jacob guy if he doesn't have one already.
I already have my costumes planned out for the next 5 years.
I'm just joking you.
I don't like when you joke.
Oh, okay. I can just see
This
myself
isn't a comedy
out.
show.
Do you not? Okay. I'm sorry, Jacob. So what are you doing for next year's Halloween?
Next year's Halloween? Yeah. You I think you know.
Oh, wait, is it a secret?
No, it's not a secret. Okay, so I also had the idea for Dr. Soap. Listen, give me a second. I was a zombie Dr. Soap.
That's so played out.
It's
Come on.
a little cliche, I know, but it's gonna be super realistic. Like, I'm gonna have brains falling out of my skull. I'm gonna have scars on my face, blood dripping down my mouth. It's gonna be gruesome.
Well, you're gonna need a lot of brains because everybody knows Dr. Soap's got a lot of them.
He is indeed the smartest mascot I've ever met.
Yeah, oh, most certainly, if not the smartest being on the planet.
Almost definitely. Actually, objectively, everybody knows IQ points are measured with respect to Dr. Soap.
Yeah, so I'm actually pretty high up there. I have a whole 60%.
60%
Yeah,
DS.
60. Yeah, and that's
pretty
good,
good.
yeah.
Especially for just like being second year college, like, and it's only gonna go up from there
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
as we talk more and more about soaping products.
Although, being on the show, the first episode actually helped a lot. I didn't
Yeah,
really
I got,
want to
like-
admit it, but I was actually only 50% before that.
Actually, after the first show, I got compliments about how cleaned I looked and like
Sounded.
sounded. Yes, it was incredible. Just talking about soaping products makes you a cleaner person.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But I have to say that using the mouthwash, which we have been talking about this episode, definitely does also improve the quality of your voice.
Yes, because it has special enzymes within it that modify your vocal cords, and it just makes you sound like a better person.
Yeah, and it can clean up things like stuttering or
Hesitation.
your voice
impediments.
breaking, which used to be a very common problem among adolescents.
Yeah, but Soap Inc., they had a special campaign just for teens. It was called Mouthwash for Teens, and it got rid of the acne, like I mentioned before. It got rid of
a lot of people
cracking,
our age have already forgotten about this or never really heard about it in the first
or they
place.
like deny ever using it. Because like I can understand, it could be a little embarrassing, but
Yeah,
it's so
but,
helpful.
Well, I meant that some people don't even realize there's a time before this, and it's just. But we gotta respect the struggles that our parents had to go through.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely. They had to actually go through adolescence. That's terrible.
I know. Just knowing that at any minute you were just trying to say something and sound cool, and then your voice would break and do funny things.
I can barely even do it because I use a mouthwash all my teen years.
Yeah, like I know what it's supposed to sound like because I've watched old television, but like I don't really understand it.
I don't think our generation ever will.
Yeah, except for some of those crazy criminals out in the woods that are just refusing to deal with soaping.
You might know someone who doesn't use mouthwash, and that's
It's a
ridiculous.
Shame. Yeah. No, I don't understand how, in this day and age, we haven't moved beyond that. But
yeah, like the statistical likelihood is low, but it's there that you must know at least one person who doesn't use mouthwash on a daily basis.
yeah, and it's a real shame, and it's something we're working towards to this day, and hopefully it'll eventually change.
Yeah. But that's why we're here. We're spreading awareness. We're spreading the message. Listen, if you don't use mouthwash, just get back on it. It doesn't matter if you stopped. Listen, Soap Inc.'s a very understandable company, and they'll understand if you fell off the wagon for a little bit. But if you use it daily, promise to never stop again,
And you'll be okay.
You'll just receive a small fine, and you'll move on.
Yeah. But speaking of Soap Inc., I do have to remind you of our contract.
Yeah.
And we are going to have to talk about something else for a little
Not
while.
Soap Inc. I know, it's so hard. You know what I could talk about right now?
What?
Something that's been on my mind.
Oh, I want to hear it.
Center's improv show. This coming Friday and Saturday. It's called Lumberjack Season. We have a bunch of funny promotional pictures of us on Facebook. We're all dressed like lumberjacks.
Mm-hmm.
It's Friday at 9, Saturday at 8, Hayden Lounge. It's going to be a good time.
You can go to both shows because there's going to be different stuff.
Yes, isn't like the sketch show at all. Completely made up. It's the debut of our new improv captain, Matt Colazzo.
Mm-hmm.
He's been doing a really good job, and I think we're all really ready, excited to perform for everyone, and I think it's going to be a great show.
Oh, it's definitely going to be a great show, and I hope all our listeners out there are jotting it down in your calendars if you haven't already, so you can be there and enjoy it, because it's just going to be a fantastic time.
Yeah, I don't want to embarrass Alex, but this is going to be his first improv show.
I was hoping you wouldn't know, or mention it, but yeah, that's true. I will be there. I'll be in the show for all of my personal fans out there, of which there are definitely many.
I actually forget. Are you doing short form and long form? Or...
I was going to be doing the short form show, which is on Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
So if you want to see me, go Friday, and it'll be great. We're going to have a blast.
You should still go Saturday, though, because I'll be performing both nights.
Oh, most definitely. Definitely go both nights.
Yeah, actually, we're going to have a bunch of college improv teams from New York and New Jersey. We're going to have the improv technicians from NJIT and 4 improv clubs from NYU. And they're all really good. I'm super excited to see them.
Yeah,
I think
some of them
do a great
are
job.
even almost as good as Off Center. It's going to be fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just did a bunch of new short form improv games today, actually, at improv practice, and I think some of them came out really well. I'm really excited to see them live, and I think it's going to be a really good show.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be great, and I'm just a little sad that I maybe sort of slept through the improv practice today.
Hey.
So that's why I wasn't there.
It happens.
Yeah,
I was considering calling you, but
I wouldn't have picked up. I was asleep.
I was considering storming your dorm.
I wouldn't have picked up. No, that probably would have worked. Yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be a great show. Don't sleep through it.
Don't sleep through it. We're actually gonna have to be late to Saturday's call. Sorry, Matt.
Yeah, but that's because we're going to be...
This show is so important.
We're going
to be plugging it again there.
Yeah, we're going to be doing this again
just like we did
next week.
Today,
don't forget to listen.
Last week.
It's going to be 6 to 7. It's going to be Saturday. It's going to be a party.
Tell your friends. Tell your family. Tell your enemies.
Yep, and if you're not listening to this now, just remember you can watch it, listen to it later.
You can listen to it on YouTube.
Yeah, you can listen to the show again later on YouTube. So if you're not listening to it now, then listen to it later. Don't forget.
Yeah, you even right after this video is over, if you're listening to it pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be even better the second time, I guarantee it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No refunds.
No refunds. You will not get your money back from this free show.
Unfortunately.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Is there any non-soaping products, not products, topics you want to talk about?
Well, let me think.
Because all we really did was plug Off Center, and that's hardly even conversation.
So is there anything that you did or that I did this week that would be interesting?
I'm inclined to say no, but there has to be something.
Yeah, that's sort of exactly how I'm feeling right now.
I went home this weekend, but it was less than 24 hours. My mom came and picked me up at 2 o'clock on Friday, and then I got back here in Hoboken at 10 a.m. today. So it was a super short visit, but I had to be back for the show. You just gotta come for the show.
Oh, definitely. And I had a total of 3 tests this week, so that was
me too.
A lot of fun. Yep.
Wait,
especially when I had 2 in one day.
Wait, we could talk about the philosophy one. How did you feel about that? Without going into specifics.
Oh, wait, okay. So, I want to tell a fun story about that.
Oh, I have one too. Yeah.
So, I was sitting there taking the test. There were 8 questions on it. I did the first 5. I was feeling great. I looked around. Some people were already leaving after I was did the first 5. I'm like, all right. I started looking at the last 3 problems. And I wasn't sure about the first one, so I'll move on. Looked at the next one. I'm like, absolutely no idea. Move on to the last one, and I'm like, okay, I vaguely remember this, but that's it. So then I sat there the one good news was that I had a lot of time left because I'd only used 20 or 50 minutes.
Yeah, we had like an hour and 40 minutes for a 50-minute exam.
We had an hour and 40 minutes.
Thank you, Professor Morgan.
Thank you. So then I sat there for like 20 minutes without doing anything. And then I was finally like, oh yeah, that's the last one that I had a vague idea of. And then I finished that up. I went back and got the first one of the 3. And I was like, okay, yeah, because before when I still had the 3 to do, I was like, all right, well, I still have like half the test that I just haven't answered yet, and like this is a real big problem. And then I still never got that 7th question because I just didn't even remember ever hearing anything about it.
That's a shame.
And it was very unfortunate, but I'm very, very glad that I did eventually figure out two of them.
That's
so I answered most of the questions. 7 out of the 8.
That's something. And as Alex knows, I bolted from that test like 30 minutes.
I did not notice.
Oh, you were right next to me.
I was very busy having a hard time.
Yeah, well, you see, I'm in another humanities class where I have an essay due basically every week.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad not to be in that.
It's like a good class, but it's been kicking my butt.
Buttocks.
Yeah, not to be vulgar on this show. Alex just mimed hitting the oops button, which thankfully we haven't had to use yet.
Because it probably won't work. Oh,
no,
actually,
they were testing it at the
they fixed it. Yeah, I remember. Okay, yeah. So there's a button we can hit for when people say no words, and then it's supposed to replace the last 5 seconds or 4 seconds or 7 seconds or 3 seconds with broken glass.
They weren't sure.
Yeah, they really don't know how long it lasts. I think it's 4 seconds.
Yeah, the 4 seemed to be the conclusion.
Yeah.
That's only if you're listening to it live, though, because if you're listening to this, just streaming it, listening to it on YouTube, it's not gonna work because it's just for the live version.
Yep. So the reason you haven't heard no words is because we haven't said them. Oh yeah. So you want to tell us about that test?
Okay, so I had an essay due that day, and like I woke up at 7 to do it. I didn't even look at the material for philosophy because I was too busy writing the essay. I went in at 10 a.m. like, all right, I just gotta finish this test, and I'm like, it looks super easy. I'm like, finished it in half an hour. I probably could have gone back.
I hate you.
What? Listen, I'm sorry. I did it super quick. There are probably some questions I could go back, like expand upon more or like answer more fully, but I'm like, I have to get this essay done. So I hand it in, run back to my apartment, finish up my essay, and like, it's done. And that's why I may not have done as well as on that test as I'd like to have.
But it still sounds like you had a better time than I did.
Yeah. There were like some I had to like think for a second, but I think I understood everything. I might have mixed up one completely, but that
would make me feel a lot better if that was number 7, because I looked at that and I was just like, don't remember ever even seeing this word before in class. And then I just never, I looked it up later, still didn't remember ever thinking about it in class. So
that's
I don't know, man.
Well, you did your best, and that's all I could do.
Nah, I could have done better, but not supposed to use Oracle powers in class.
Yeah, it's
against the honor code.
Yeah, they're actually considering putting like no Oracle powers in like the Stevens handbook, because right now it's just like an honor board rule. Like it's not banned.
I don't understand why it can't be used outside of academics. I mean, it's perfectly fine to just to use it when you're just playing around with your friends, or if you just do it in the privacy of your room or something like that. As long as it's not aiding you in an unfair way on any test, I don't see how it could be a problem. So I think I might have to start a petition, actually.
Yeah, we can plug it on this show when you have it getting off the ground.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't become necessary, but I I will if I have to. And I don't know if I don't think there's a lot of oracles at Stevens, but I think there's enough people who believe in the rights of the people at the school and in this nation.
Yeah, everyone deserves a fair chance, regardless of your powers.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're drawing towards the end of this show right now, so any last words you have about Soap Ink mouthwash?
This is also the opportunity. If you have a caller, you can talk to us for like 30 seconds
yeah,
or
we
something.
might,
And we want callers. We're lonely people.
We probably got callers. Chris probably called
Oh
in.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
like,
We still don't know how to do that.
Yeah, like
Chris, you're supposed to tell us how.
he'll be on here next
so
week.
If you called us,
no,
and
wait,
we
2
didn't,
weeks from now.
If you called us and we didn't answer, that's because we don't know how.
Yeah, like we don't even know where the phone is.
Yeah, we're confused.
Very confused. Like we might have gotten callers. I
Yeah.
hope we didn't actually.
Yeah, sort of.
I just feel rude.
Mm-hmm.
If you did call in, we're sorry.
Yeah,
We
I
just,
really
like,
hope you stuck
didn't
around
know.
to the end of the show. But yeah,
Yeah.
we're not trying to be rude.
You heard there was no like ringing sound.
Yeah, like how are we supposed to know? Is there some light or something that I don't know?
We should try and call in just one time so we know what's going on. But
Yeah.
that's not for this episode.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully, if you want to call in next episode, we'll know how to pick up your call.
Probably not though.
Yeah, probably not. But you could still try.
Yeah. Oh well. But I think that's gonna do it for us.
Yeah, I think it's time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So thank you for listening to
Off
Air, Off Center's own radio show on WCPR. Castle Point Radio. We forgot that
yeah,
part.
Yeah. Stevens' own radio network. Yeah.
Station. That's the
Station.
word. Shit.
Sorry about that, listeners. Jacob's just clearly a terrible person, and hopefully he didn't completely erase that. Do we have to say that all again?
No, it's just the past 4 seconds. Let's do it again though.
Yeah.
You've been listening to
Off Air, Off Center's own radio show on WCPR, Castle Point Radio, Stevens' own radio network station.
So close. We're gonna get it, listeners.
One day, you best believe it.
Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to use Soap Inc. products and have a wonderful day.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Let me show you how powerful